Welcome to the next lecture. So here we discuss about the types of the graphs. So first of all, before the types of the graphs, we have some theorems. So first theorem for the undirected graph, and this is theorem for saying the handshaking theorem. So what it states, the handshaking theorem? So if we have the graph G and G graph, that is the B vertices, E are the edges, and this theorem is for the undirected graph, and here are edges. If we denoted edges by small e, then it says that 2e, this is equal to the summation of degree of V, all vertices, the sum of the all vertices, degree of the vertices, this is equal to the 2e. E are the edges here. That is, the sum of degree of the vertices is an undirected graph is even. Right? So, what is says that, what's the proof of this? That since the degree of a vertex is the number of edges incident with that vertex, the sum of the degree counts the total number of times an edge is incident with the vertex. You know that since every edge is with every edge gets counted twice, right? Once at each end. Thus, the sum of the degree is equal twice the number of edges. Clear it? So, what is the handshaking theorem? That so now one point is noted here that this theorem applies even if multiple edges are there or loops are there. Everywhere in each graph, if we have suppose the multiple edges or the loops maybe are there, so this theorem will be applicable. This is the handshaking theorem. This will be the, we have to use this handshaking theorem, and this theorem holds this rule that if several people shake hands, so the total number of hands shake must be even. That is why the theorem is called the handshaking theorem. Clear it? So you have to remember this handshaking theorem always, that the sum of the degrees of all vertices, it is equal to the 2 times of the number of edges for the undirected graph. Okay. Now the next theorem for the directed graph. And you know that the directed graph in which we have the directions in the graph. And to the directed graph, one more thing you know that I want to tell you that the directed graph is also called the diagram. We can say that the directed graph is the diagram. So now, what says the theorem? If we have the graph G in which we have the vertices V and E, edges that are there. So now if we have the E edges are there in the directed graph, so the summation of degree means out degree and the sum of the in degrees, that is equal to the number of edges. So that is the sum of the out degree of the vertices of a diagram G equals the sum of the in degree of the vertices, which equals the number of edges. Okay? Now come to the point types of the graphs. So types of the graph, first one is null graph. So what is the null graph? A graph which contains only isolated nodes is called a null graph. That is, the set of edges in a null graph is empty, means no edges are there between the vertices. So that is the null graph. So our notation of the null graph is capital N with suffixes small n, where small n denotes the number of vertices. So N. And here suppose we take the example of N3. So capital N3, what is says that which type of graph is capital N3? That is, we have here the three vertices are there. Suppose A, B, C. So this graph is called the null graph because here we have no one edge between the vertices. So this graph is called the null graph. Clear it? Now the next graph is complete graph. What is the complete graph? A simple graph G is said to be complete when if every vertex in G is connected with every other vertex. Okay, so here every vertex have an edge. Okay, that is if G contains exactly one edge between each pair of distinct vertices. Now, what's the notation of the graph? So here the notation of the graph is the capital Kn. So n, what is the n here? N is the number of vertices. So capital we denote it by capital Kn. And here, what are the, how many edges are there in this graph? Here, the edges, when you count, the edges are n minus 1 by 2 edges are there. You can see it. So here we take the some graphs of the complete graph, that is for n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first graph of if our n is equal to 1, n what is n? N is are the vertex. If we have the one vertex, so if we have only the one vertex, so this is also the complete graph. And we say that K1, no edge is here. So this is the complete graph because only one vertex is here. So this is also the complete graph and we say that K1. Now, what is the graph of K2? K2 graph is in which we have the two vertices and two vertices are connected with an edge. So, this is also the complete graph, right? Because no vertex, such vertex are there which are not connected with an edge, right? So, this is the graph of K2. Now, the graph of K3, here we have the three vertices are there and all three vertices are connected with an edge. So this is the graph of K3. Now, what is the graph of K4? So we can say this is the graph of K4. Here we have the four vertices are there, but each vertices are connected to the vertex an edge here? No. Here these two vertices are not connected to any edge. So we can't say that this is the complete graph. When we connect all vertices to each other with an edge, then we can say that this is a complete graph. So to become this complete graph, we need that every vertex is connected to an edge. Now we can say that this is the graph of the complete graph K4, right? This is a K4 now. Complete graph here. Each vertex are connected to the each other with an edge, right? So this is the graph of the K4. Now, if we talk about the K5, so what will be the graph of K5? This will be the graph of K5. No, here we have the five vertices, but no, all vertices are connected to each other. This vertex is connected to this one, right? This one is this one, but this vertex is not connected to this vertex. This vertex is not connected to this vertex. It means that this is not the complete graph. So to become the complete graph means K5 graph, we need here this all these edges are there. Now we can say that this is the K5 graph. Clear it? What is the complete graph? If each vertex is connected to the uh, other vertex, right? With an edge. Now next one is cyclic graph. So what is the cyclic graph? A simple graph G is said to be cyclic if for n is greater than equal to. So the cyclic graph, for the cyclic graph, it must be that our vertices should be greater than equal to 3. So now consists the n vertices v1, v2 up to vn, and edges are like that: v1, v2, v2, v3, v3, v4, and vn, vn, v1. It means that we have to start the initial point that will be at the last one point. Means the starting point vertex and the last ending vertex will be the same. Edge come to the same vertex. So that become a cycle. So we denote it by C, capital C n. N is the number of vertex. So this is the cyclic graph. It is represented by Cn. Now, what is the graph of C3 and C4? C3, it means we have the three vertices are here, and first and last vertex is same, means we have the three vertices are here, and we start from here to here. We complete become a cycle. So this is the graph of C3. Now, what is the C4? Like that. This is the C4 graph, means four vertices are here, but all vertices here we have this one, means we start up with this vertex. So this our ending vertex here. If we are start suppose this vertex, so when we make this cycle, so it become end vertex. So this become a cycle actually. So this is the graph of C4. Okay. Now next one is wheels graph. What is the wheels graph? It obtained by adding additional vertex to Cn. Means if we have the Cn cyclic graph, if we add an vertex and that vertex, from that vertex we connect all vertices to the new edges, so that graph becomes the wheel graph. So it is denoted by capital W and N. N is the number of vertices here, small n. So capital Wn. Suppose what is the graph of W3 and W4? So we see here what we the wheels graph. This is the graph of which graph? This C3, right? This is the graph of C3 because three vertices are here, and this become a cycle. So this is a C3. So what is the says that wheel graph? In Cn, if we add an vertex, suppose we add here this vertex, and from this vertex if we connect all vertices with the help of edges, so now it becomes the W3 graph. This is the wheel graph of W3. Now what will be the W4? So here this is our C4. If we use here this additional vertex and this vertex is connected to each vertex by an edge, so this now becomes the W4. Clear? What is the wheel graph? Now, next one is bipartite graph. So, what is the bipartite graph? In a simple graph G, if V, the number of vertices of G graph, can be partitioned into two disjoint sets V1 and V2 such that every edge in the graph connects a vertex in V1 and a vertex V2, so that no edge in G connects either two vertices in V1 and two vertices in V2. It means that what is the bipartite graph? That a graph G, suppose we can separate our graph, the vertices of G if in two sets, disjoint sets V1 and V2, in which V1, which vertices are in V1 which are not connected to each other, which vertices are V2 which are not connected to each other, but V1 vertices are connected to V2. So this is graph is the bipartite graph, and what we can the example of this, the main example of this will be relations, representing of the relation. How can we represent the relations that one element of the domain is belong to the range, right? So here we can say is like that. Suppose we can distribute our the graph G in two sets V1 and V2. V1 have the vertices XYZ, V2 have the vertices UVW. So now uh, X is connected to U, right? X vertex is connected to U vertex, X connected to UV, Z connected to W, right? These all sets vertices are connected to these vertices, but these vertices are not connected to each other. Means X is not connected to Y is not connected to Z, U is not connected to V, U is not connected to W, V is not connected to W. So if we can separate our vertices of the whole graph in two parts, two sets like that, in which we have the vertices which are not connected to each other, but they are connected to other sets vertex. So this type of graph is the bipartite graph. So I think so with the help of example you have to clear it. Now, that next one is complete bipartite graph. So what is the complete bipartite graph? We denote it by capital KMN. What is MN? Here, this is the M and N are the two subsets. We divide, what is the bipartite graph? That we divide into two sets. So these MN divides that two sets, M, one set is M and another set is N. So this complete node is also that there is an edge between two vertices if and only if one vertex is in the first subset and the other vertex in the second subset. So here in each vertex of M is connected to the vertex of N set, and each vertex of N set is connected to the vertex of M set. So this is the complete bipartite set. Suppose we have the K23 and K33. So what will be the graph of K23? K23, it means that in one set we have the two vertex, in another set we have the three vertices. So like that graph, two vertex and another set three vertex, but this you can see that this vertex is connected to all these three vertices. This vertex is connected to all these three vertices, and this vertex is connected to all of these two vertices, right? So like that, if each vertex is connected to the other set of vertices completely, so this is the complete bipartite graph. If we say that K33 means that excuse me, if we have the three vertices are in the one set and three vertices in another set, but each vertex is connected to all these three. This vertex is connected to all these three. So this is a complete bipartite graph, but this vertex is not connected to this. This vertex is not connected to this. Okay, so this is the complete bipartite graph. Take some examples of the bipartite graph. If you have to ask that C6 is a bipartite graph, can you say that C6 is a bipartite graph? So what is C6? Which type of graph C6? C6 is a cyclic graph, right? C is the cyclic graph, means we have the cyclic graph in which we have the six vertices. So can you say that that graph is a bipartite graph? So you can show it. So here we have C6 is we divide it, we have the six vertices, so we can divide these six vertices into the two sets V1 V2. So we have the V1 to V6, six vertices are here. If we divide it like that, V1 V3 V5 in one set and V2 V4 V6 in another set, so this will be the bipartite set. So like that, this is our the C6 set. You know that this is a C6 graph. Now we have these vertices. So you can see here V1 is not connected to V3 and V3 is not connected to V5 and V5 is not connected to V1. It means that these vertices are those vertices which are not connected to each other. So we can put in one set we have V1, V3, V5 in one set, and we can take V2, V4, V6 in another set because these are not connected to each other. And in separately also we can draw this graph is like that also. Suppose we can separate it V1, V3, V5 here, V2, V4, V6, means we can make here V1 set is here and V2 set is here, right? And according to this, this will be our C6 also, because V1 is connected to V2. Yes, V1 is connected to V2 here. V2 is connected to V3. V2 is connected to V3. V3 is connected to V4. V4 is connected to V5. V5 is connected to V6 and V6 is connected to V6. Yes, this fulfill all these conditions, means this is our C6 graph is all there, but this is not the bipartite, but this is also the bipartite graph, because here if we assume that this is our V1 set, this is our V2 set, so here V1 is not connected to V3, V3 is not connected to V5, V2 is not connected to V4, V4 is not connected to V6, but here V1 is connected to V2, V1 is connected to V6. So this is a bipartite graph. So we can say that our C6 is a bipartite graph. Clear what is the bipartite graph? Now, another a graph which contains a triangle cannot be a bipartite. So it is a thing that you have to remember, that if we have a triangle, so it can't be bipartite. Why? Because in triangle we can't separate our vertices which are not connected to each other. At least two of the three vertices must lie in one of the bipartite sets. You know that at least two of the three vertices, because in the triangle we have the three vertices. So at least out of three we must have the two vertices are there which are not connected to each other. But in triangle this is not like that, because you know that triangle is like that, and here we can't separate two vertices here which are not connected to each other. We can't take it, right? So it means that triangle are not the bipartite graph. Clear it? Next one is regular graph. So what is the regular graph? A graph in which all vertices are of equal degree is called a regular graph, in which all vertex has the equal degree. So if the degree of each vertex is suppose r, so we can say that that is the R regular graph. Okay, degrees R, we can say that R regular graph. So every null graph is regular of degree 0, and that the complete graph Kn is a regular when it will be complete graph is regular if its degree is n minus 1, because we know that the Kn graph complete graph is the regular of degree n minus 1. In Kn graph, all vertices have degree n minus 1. So we can say that Kn is a regular graph. And also G has an n vertices suppose, and R degree regular of R degree. So G has how many edges are there? There are Rn by 2 edges will be there. So now let's take example. Suppose we have this one here. How many vertices are there? 3 vertices are there. And you can see that each vertex has degree 2. Same degree each vertex. So this is a regular graph. And which type of regular graph? 2 regular graph. Means the regular graph of degree 2. Another one here, if we have here, we have the 4 vertices are here, and you can see that each vertex has the degree 2. So we can say that these are the graphs of degree 2, means 2 regular graph. We also can say that 2 regular graph. Now if we talk about this graph, how many vertices are here? 6 vertices are here, and each vertex has how many degree? 3 degree. Each vertex has 3 degree. So this is called the regular graph of degree 3 or 3 regular graph. And this one, how many vertices are here? 5 vertices are here. And in this graph, each vertex has 4 degree. You can see each vertex has 4 degree. So this is called the regular graph of degree 4, or we can say that 4 regular graph. Clear it? And we can also prove this Rn by 2. Like this example, here we say that what is the size of an R regular PQ graph? What is the meaning of this PQ graph? If you have this type of notation, it means that PQ graph, it means that P shows what? Vertices, and Q shows here edges, because our graph is denoted by VE. So V is the vertices, means P here denotes the vertices, and Q denotes here are the edges. And R regular, it means that R shows the degree here, right? So now G and R regular graph, it means by the definition of regularity, we can say that the degree of each vertex is R, right? The degree of vertex is R. So now by the handshaking theorem, what we have by the handshaking theorem, that 2E is equal to sum of the degrees. So sum of the degrees, this is equal to 2Q, because here our edges are denoted by Q, and this is the summation of R, and we know that the sum of R means sum of degrees, that is equal to P into R, vertex into the degrees. So Q is equal to what we have? Q is equal to P into R by 2. So you have to remember this relation. Our Q here, the edges are equal to degree into vertex divided by 2. So we have an example this. Does there exist a 4 regular graph on 6 vertices? Have you any possible this graph? If have, so now you have to construct this graph. So now 6 vertices are here and 4 regular graph. It means that in this graph we have the each vertex, we have the 4 degree, right? 4 regular graph means that each vertex have the 4 degree. Now we can construct the graph if we know the edges. So how many edges we have? We can calculate the edges by this formula. We can calculate the edges because we know the vertices. P vertex is 6 here and R degree here 4. So now we can calculate our edges, that are 6 multiply 4 divided by 2, that is 12. So now we have the 12 edges. So we can construct the graph. We have the 6 vertices are here. So 6 vertices are here, right? 6 vertices are here. And now we know that each vertex has the 4 degree. So edges and total edges are 12 here. How many edges we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 edges are already here. So now when we connect to this one to this one and this one to this one. So now this graph, this vertex has the 4 degree. Now this vertex, if we connect this vertex, so now this vertex has the 4 degree. Now if we connect this vertex, so this vertex have the 4 degree. Now if we connect this one to this one and this one to this one, so now you can see that each vertex has the 4 degree. And how many edges are there? You can count it. This will be 12 edges. So now we can construct the graph in which we have the 6 vertices, 12 edges, and each vertex has the 4 degree. Each vertex has the 4 degree. So we can form this type of graph. So by this formula you can calculate it. Clear it? So now thank you. Today's lecture is completed now. Be happy, be healthy.